Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. The US Congress is committed to human rights issues in China, so said House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Monday. She made the statement after meeting human rights activists including Nathan Law and Rahima Mahmood. In her Twitter message, Pelosi said that Congress's commitment to human rights is bipartisan, bicameral and lasting. Earlier, during a meeting of the Congressional Executive Commission, she said that China had carried out a campaign of terror and repression, from the genocide of the Uyghur people to the crackdown on journalists and rights activists in Hong Kong. Recently, the UK, the US, Canada, Australia and New Zealand had expressed concern over the crackdown on media freedom in the former British colony by the communist government in Beijing. Israeli authorities have backed down from a plan to include the Mount of Olives, which is sacred to Christians, in an expanding national park. Times of Israel has reported that the Israeli Nature and Parks Authority announced on Monday that they will desist from including the Christian holy site in the expansion plan. This comes after Christian leaders decried the move, saying it was a veiled attack on Christians. Had the authorities gone ahead and included the Mount of Olives in the expanding park, it would have given the government some authority over church properties and religious sites. Last week, church leaders, including Custos of the Holy Land, Father Francesco Patton, and the Greek and Armenian patriarchs, wrote a joint letter to Environment Minister Tamar Zandberg, expressing grave concern and unequivocal objection to the plan. Slamming sex change therapies in the United States, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has said that performing certain sex change procedures on children and administering puberty blockers on them is child abuse, as per the laws of the state. Paxton explained that sex change therapies, including surgery, are abuse under Section 261.001 of the Texas Family Code. The Attorney General explained that the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services has a responsibility to act accordingly. Earlier in October in 2019, he had opined in a letter sent to the Department of Family and Protective Services that the transition of James Younger, the biological son of Jeff Younger, to a female through puberty-inhibiting drugs was abuse. In the Iraqi city of Mosul, which suffered great damage during the Islamic State occupation, UNESCO is gearing up to launch the second phase of its revival plan entitled Reviving the Spirit of Mosul. As per the plan, 2 churches, 2 mosques and as many as 120 houses in the old city will be renovated. The renovation campaign was launched by UNESCO to promote the cultural heritage rehabilitation, education and cultural life of the historic city. The United Arab Emirates is financing the restoration work of Al-Sa and Al-Tahera churches, as well as the Al-Nuri Mosque and Al-Hadba Minaret. They are facing an uphill task as the area still has live mines and explosive devices. Because of a lack of relevant documents, deep research is needed to prepare the architectural design for the revamping. The Islamic Republic of Iran is using incremental ways to eliminate non-Muslims from the country, so says the PHILOS project, a non-profit group that advocates for Christians. An Iranian Kurd and Christian convert, Dr. Farhad Rezai, who now teaches at the York University in Canada and is a researcher with PHILOS, said that the world ignores the reality that Iran-backed militants as well as jihadists are persecuting Christians in the Middle East. He also said that since the 1979 revolution in Iran, the leaders have described people belonging to minority religions such as Christianity and Judaism as pollution. He also accused leaders of taking steps to reduce the size of the Christian and Jewish communities in the country. A Peruvian nun who was killed by communist guerrillas in hatred of the faith will be declared blessed on May the 7th. Preparations are underway in the Peruvian church for the beatification of Sister Maria Agustina de Jesus Rivas Lopez, who was murdered on September the 27th in 1990 by members of the Sendero Luminoso. It was on May the 22nd of last year that the Holy Father recognised the martyrdom of the nun. A member of the community of the Good Shepherd, the sister who is affectionately known as Aguchita, was killed while she was carrying out pastoral activities in the village of Ashaninka in the forested region of Peru. According to people known to her, Sister Agustina was also a woman of profound prayer who prayed for everyone. The Catholic Association of Latin American and Caribbean Communication and the Pan-Amazonian Ecclesial Network have come out with a short movie named Aguchita, based on the life of the martyr. Catholics in Vietnam are shocked over the interruption of the Holy Eucharistic celebration in Vu Ban parish in the northern province of Hoa Binh on Sunday, February the 20th. The communist authorities interrupted the morning Holy Mass presided over by Hanoi Archbishop Joseph Vu Van Tien. The officials, led by the local communist chapter head, rushed to the altar, disrupting the Mass and ordering the faithful to disperse. Archbishop Tien was celebrating the Holy Mass along with other diocesan priests on the special occasion of the Archdiocesan Mission Day. The Holy Mass then continued after the parishioners convinced the local officials to leave. Decrying the incident, Redemptorist priest Father Peter Nguyen Van Kai said, "This is the first time I have ever seen local government officials approaching the altar to disrupt the Holy Mass without waiting for it to end before harassing the priests, as they used to do in the past." Pope Francis has named Fr Jacques E. Fabre as the 14th bishop of the US Diocese of Charleston in South Carolina. The Scalabrinian priest is the first black bishop to lead the diocese. Bishop-elect Fabre succeeds Bishop Robert Guillemoni. Born in the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince on November the 13th in 1955, he immigrated to New York City while he was in high school. He later joined the Missionaries of St. Charles and was ordained a priest on October the 10th in 1986. He received a Master's in Divinity and a Licentiate in Human Mobility Migration from the Pontifical Urbania College in Rome. Currently, Bishop-elect Fabre serves as an administrator at San Felipe de Jesus Mission in Forest Park in Georgia and is the local superior of the Scalabrinian priests in Atlanta. He will be consecrated on April the 29th. Spread across 31,189 square miles in South Carolina, the Diocese of Charleston has a total population of over 5 million, of which nearly 200,000 are Catholic. Ad multisanos to the new bishop. The President of Colombia, Iván Duque, has condemned the decriminalization of abortion up to 24 weeks by the Constitutional Court. Decrying the verdict, the President said that it evaded the Congress and the Catholic population. The President said, quote, "5 judges cannot impose on the nation something as heinous as allowing life to be interrupted up to 6 months of pregnancy." Meanwhile, the Catholic bishops of Colombia have expressed their perplexity and deep pain after the decision of the Constitutional Court on February the 21st to expand access to abortion. According to a 2006 judgment by the same court, abortion was allowed only in cases of rape, incest, if the mother's health is at risk, or if the fetus had a fatal deformity. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.